Dear friends, I am Geetha Subramanyan of E404 and I've been asked by Prema Sundaram to speak on two characters, Drupada and Dhrishtadyumna, from the great epic, the Mahabharata. All of you know of the Mahabharata. It is a struggle between the cousins, the Kauravas and the Pandavas. It is a story of the kings and queens, villains and heroes. And here today Prema, is doing a great job of bringing the residents' view on these characters. Her role is commendable. We need to applaud her for the same. I now try to talk about Drupada. Drupada was the son of King Rishatha of the Panchala kingdom. Drupada actually means firm-footed, and true to his name, his character was also very, very same. Drona and Drupada studied under the tutelage of sage Bharadwaj and grew to be thick friends. Their friendship flowered to such an extent that Drupada promised to give Drona half of his kingdom as and when he ascended the throne. As promised, and Drupada went back on his words when Drona approached him, the poverty-stricken, with a young son to take care, Ashwatthama, and a wife Kripit also. He not only humiliated him, but also called him a beggar. Drupada, conscious of this difference in status, of course, refused to keep the promise. The disappointed Drona was humiliated, and now he decided to teach him a lesson, and the sword of revenge was sworn deeply. Later, Drona became the guru of the Kuru princess, the Pandavas and the Kauravas. As Guru Dakshina, he asked his disciples to defeat and bring Drupada. Drupada defeated the Kauravas, but the Pandava prince Arjuna defeated him and brought him to Drona. Drona released him but retained half of the promised kingdom. The humiliated Drupada now decided to do a yajna to beget a son who would defeat Drona and a daughter who would marry Arjuna, the prime shishya of Drona. From the fire emerged the twins Dhrishtadyumna and Draupadi. Later, Drupada had 11 children, some of them being Shikandi and Satyajit. After the Kurukshetra war, Satyajit's son ascended the throne and continued the dynasty. The Draupadi Swayamvar and later her sharing of the 5 princes was opposed by Drupada and Dhrishtadyumna. In the Kurukshetra war, he was the commander of the Pandava forces, and his valor earned him the name Maharathi from none other than Bhishmacharya. He was killed by Drona on the 15th day of the Kurukshetra war, and the encounter between Drupada and Drona was excellent. And it is this story is this all-consuming war swallowed the subcontinent. It is the story of the spirit of India. As mentioned earlier, when Drupada performed a yajna to beget a son, there emerged from the fire the Dhrishtadyumna, fully armored and a grown-up full man, ready to take on Drona. And he studied under the military arts under Drona, and he excelled in them. He was happy when he actually saw that the Brahmin who was to marry his sister was the great Arjuna. Later, he too opposed, along with his father, the marriage of the 5 Pandava princes to his sister. Dhrishtadyumna was appointed the commander of the Pandava army and in the Kurukshetra war. On the 15th day of the war, when Drona sat down, laying down weapons, and sat in meditation as he heard from Yudhishthira that Ashwatthama was no more, Dhrishtadyumna took this opportunity and tried to and killed Drona by unfair means, and there fulfilled his father's command. On the 18th night, however, Ashwatthama attacked the enemy camp and killed Dhrishtadyumna mercilessly, though he begged to be killed with sword in hand. The Kurukshetra war was inevitable. It lasted for 18 days and the Kauravas were fully killed. The Pandavas took Mahayana and entered heaven. It is hard to summarize Vedavyasa's 2 million words in a very with every character playing an important role, every role being important. The act of revenge between the two great friends and superior warriors, Drupada and Drona, who turned enemies, led to the events ending in the war and continued in the next generation also. This was a teaching to all of us. I enjoyed bringing this up between the father-son duo of Drupada and Dhrishtadyumna. Hope you all will appreciate it too. Thank you, Prema, for giving me this opportunity, and thank you all.